Hey guys, it's Sarah Lewis from Mixed Fitness, and today I'm talking to you about the diaphragm. All right, so the diaphragm is a muscle that we don't really think of unless we're breathing. And what I want to tell you about is if your core just doesn't feel like it's getting stronger, or if something feels off in your core, then your diaphragm could actually be one of the culprits for your core issues. What I've found is working with a lot of different clients of all age ranges is that the diaphragm is becoming an overactive muscle. So whether you're a really good breather, like you can really belly breathe and you get really good expansion on your breath, or whether you're a really bad breather where you're only getting breath in through your chest muscles and your belly does nothing, either way the diaphragm can become overactive. And as in all muscle cases, you can have an overactive muscle and an underactive muscle. So if your diaphragm is overactive in trying to do the job of your other core muscles, then those other core muscles are going to let it. They're going to let the diaphragm take over because they don't have to work so hard. So this is actually about function and the motor control from your brain to those muscles. So what I want you to try is just to see if you have any tender points, any trigger points in your diaphragm. You can actually check this by going up under your ribs. So it's not exactly comfortable, but what you're going to do is take your fingers and go up and under your ribs. Okay, so I'm working along my lower ribs and I'm going to do it this way for you, up and under, because your diaphragm sits like a dome, like this, under your rib cage. Okay, it's a muscle, so remember it can have the same properties as other muscles. It can be massaged, it can need to be stretched and released. Okay, so that's what you're feeling for it. Like if you have trigger points in your back, you go get a massage and you have all those painful little trigger points in your back, or maybe they're in your hips or in your legs. Feel for any of those in your diaphragm. That is a good sign that you may have an overactive diaphragm, because overactive muscles tend to have those tender, painful trigger points. It's not a flat-out rule. It's not always the case. Your diaphragm could still be overactive even if it doesn't have a tender spot. But if you're feeling along, going up and under and really trying to get under your ribs, if you do have a tender spot, I would stay there and massage it for 1 to 2 minutes. It's not going to feel good to do this, but it's probably going to help relax the diaphragm. The other thing you can do for your diaphragm, if you're finding that it has a tender spot, the massage will help, and deep exhaling will help, because exhales stretch the diaphragm as a muscle. Okay, so all you have to do is just exhale completely and fully, getting all the air out, and that will stretch your diaphragm. So I bet you didn't know that you can stretch your diaphragm, but you can, and that's how. Okay, so if you feel like planks and dead bugs and all of those are not really helping your core, check out your diaphragm, then do your planks and crunches or dead bug and see how they feel, see if it feels different. It may be the answer for your core issues. See you next time.